Hi, welcome to Road Race Motorsports. Today we're going to show you how to do the installation for the Assetto Corsa vents. As you can see here on our hood, we're doing it on a carbon fiber hood, and we already have our NACA style duct on the passenger side of the hood. So we're going to show you how to do the installation on the heat extractor side, which is the passenger or the driver's side. Sorry. Step one would be to lay down some masking tape. Then you're going to want to take the template, which is supplied in the kit. And it's really simple, just line up the body lines with the paper template. Go ahead and mark off where you're going to cut the hole. Now for cutting the hole, I would recommend using like an air-powered body saw or cut-off wheel, something like that. You want to kind of stay away from like a jigsaw or a sawzall, anything like that, especially if you're doing it on a steel hood. That tends to mess up the sheet metal where you're cutting. Alright, the next step would be to double check, make sure you're going to have enough material to cut off. My recommendation would be to cut on the inside of the line that you just marked off. It's always easier to take off material little by little. It's going to take a little longer, but it's better than cutting a big hole that you're not going to have enough flange. As you can see, there isn't very much flange material on the heat extractor side, so you're going to want to be very careful. And like I said, cut a smaller hole than you actually need, then go ahead and take out however much material you're going to need to get it on there properly. And the next step would be to go ahead and start cutting your hood. Alright, the next step after you get your hole cut out, like I said, you're going to want to cut it smaller than what you actually need. And as you can see, I stayed well inside of the line that I had marked out, which means that the vent won't actually sit flush like it's supposed to. So at this point, what you want to do is just kind of eyeball it and see exactly where you're going to have to trim just a little bit more. And what I would suggest is using some sort of little sander. It's going to take a while to get it down. A file will do the job just fine, or some 100 grit sandpaper just to get the hole where you want it. Alright, so now that we have the hole cut out to the size we need it, you have two different options as far as mounting it to your hood permanently. The manufacturer does suggest using window weld, and this is pretty much the best stuff we were able to find, which is 3M. This is your part number right here, the 08609. This is anywhere from $10 to $20 for a tube, depending on where you're able to find it. The other way to mount it would be riveting it on, which is what we suggest. It's what we're going to use to mount this. This car does go to the track quite often, so we want it to be on there as strong as possible. And we already have this one on riveted, so we're just going to match that look. So if you are going to rivet it on, you're going to want to use smaller 1/8 rivets, and you're going to want to get a 1/8 drill bit. And how far you space the rivets is completely up to you. For the most part, we usually do one on each corner, then maybe one in the middle on each one. And once you get that mounted, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 562-906-0080.